back live to Lang Park for the opening instalment of the State of Origin series for 1987, and out they come, the local champions, Queensland. A huge crowd here in attendance, over 33,000 fans to cheer on that man, their king, King Wally. And here's our king, the boy from New South Wales, Wayne Pearce, out to continue our winning streak in the State of Origin matches tonight. Yes, welcome back live to Lang Park. They're out on the field now, and the man with us with his expert commentary as usual, the coach of coaches, Big Jack Gibson. Jack, how do you see this one going?
Nobody might win, Mike.
What do you mean by that,
Well,
Jack?
there'll be a lot of emotion out there tonight, and there's 26 players all fired up, and they've only got one man from the TNT Society to look after proceedings.
That's the referee with TNT on his back. Well, we could have a dynamite explosion here tonight because, as usual, the build-up's been, very, very fiery. We saw a fiery game earlier on in the under-19 game. The forwards, do you see this as a tough one, a real tough one?
Well, I see it this way. I see the fate of New South Wales tied to Sterling. She's going to have more handlings of the football than probably anyone the New South Wales side. And in the opposite number, they've got a kid there. He might play well, but he's had no experience.
That's right. He has got enormous pressure on him. Number 7 for Queensland, a little boy called Alan Langer. There's the New South Wales team in a huddle, and look at Wayne Pearce just stirring them up. And there is the opposition, the Queensland team. Let's have a look at the head-to-head. There's been 17 clashes, State of Origin. Queensland just shade New South Wales by 9-8. New South Wales having won 6 of the last 7. There is the Queensland team. The fullback, Gary Belcher, Tony Curry, Peter Jackson, Gene Miles, Dale Shearer, Wally Lewis, Alan Langer, Ian French, Paul Vorton, Trevor Gilmeister, Martin Bella, Greg Conescu and Greg Dowling. Now let's have a look at the New South Wales side. The fullback, number 1, Gary Jack. Number 2, Michael O'Connor. The new faces, Andrew Eddinghausen and Mark McGaw. Brian Johnson in the centres. Kenny and Sterling the halves. Wayne Pearce the skipper locking the scrums. Noel Clear and Stevie Folkes. Pat Jarvis and Les Davidson are the props, and Royce Simmons is the hooker for New South Wales as Wally Lewis moves up to get ready for the kickoff here at Lang Park tonight. And I take you to your commentator, Darryl Eastlake.
Thank you, Michael. Well, the game we've all waited for all year long. This is its State of Origin football. 4 big games this year, with one being played in Long Beach, California at the Veterans Stadium. And you'll see that on the 9 network, August 7, that telecast. Mick Stone from New South Wales is the referee. And it's underway. The Winfield State of Origin kicks off. Sterling takes the ball back for New South Wales, and big defence straight away. Awesome big defence from Queensland on Sterling. And up they come. This is Jarvis swamping him down now. Plenty of a defence coming out of Queensland. On a fumble from New South Wales, a mistake, but Gary Jack cleans it up. And they clean him up right on the 22. Well, this game started exactly how we thought it would. Ball movement already as New South Wales start to throw it around, and McGaw gets belted down with some big defence with Gilmeister and Gene Miles there also to take the tackle. And look at this Queensland defence going in 3 and 4, the big hits. New South Wales still pinned in their own 22 now as Sterling now clears the ball out. Belcher perfectly positioned, takes the ball midway between the 22 and the half, and he's taken down by the Blues now. So plenty of feeling already, lots of emotion here at Lang Park. A capacity crowd, the banana benders hanging out of the stands all over this ground. A little bit of push and shove already, and a penalty to Queensland. Well, Jack, it started the way we predicted.
Well, the first penalty's gone to Queensland, whether they deserved it or not. I think he's going to blow that whistle a few times before this first half's over.
Comments from Jack Gibson. He'll be giving you his expert tips right throughout the night, and comments. Queensland now have found the line midway between the half and the quarter. New South Wales into the ground as they bring it up, and some big runs there from Dowling. Conescu a dummy half. Martin Bella now charges at the line and makes a good 4 or 5 metres too. They're almost to the 22. Conescu looking to link up. That's Lang of the little halfback. Lewis now, but they ride Lewis down, and that's Kenny. Kenny wraps him up, and in come the Blues. Noel Cleal trying to take the ball but couldn't do it. Miles goes the blind side and brought down. That's the 22 line you can see. New South Wales into the ground. Langer moving the ball pretty hard now as it goes out to Martin Bella. He's huge, this fella. Big legs, big strong fellow. Lewis now puts the ball in the air, and they pour through Queensland. It's on a bad looking kick. Up they go for it. It's a loose ball. Scrappy play at the moment. Who's got it? Queensland will come up with it. Jackson Gets the ball for Queensland. Langer quickly gets it out now. Up they go through Dowling. They belt him back too. Canescu looking for Gilmister. The Eastern Suburbs player having his first trot out in State of Origin football. Be tough defender. Canescu from dummy half. Creeps a couple there. Only 3 or 4 out now. Langer quickly gets it out to Dowling. Dowling unloads it to French. French dancing around, but nowhere to go. Too much defence. Folks smothered him, ball and all. Dowling out to Langer. There's the little chip and kick through. But Noel Cleal takes the ball for New South Wales, so the pressure's off at the moment. And plenty of pressure for the Blues first up as Jarvis goes for a bolt. And look at them wrap Jarvis up, and he's still going. Langer over the top too. A swinging arm from the little fella, and let me tell you, he is only a little man. Oh, and some big hits there. As Simmons really couldn't unload the ball and just had to take the tackle. Jarvis out to Folks. They're trying to work their way out of that danger zone, that 22-metre line. That's it there. You can see they're deep inside, and Sterling says, give me the ball and let's give it some air. Belcher this time has got to come back for it. And there's the knock on too. So the mistake that New South Wales was waiting for, an unusual one too. Jack Gibson.
Well, he got a tough ball there. Jump back on him real quick. But they left it late to kick out in their own 25. Normal procedure is get the ball into the other person's territory as quick as you can.
Scrum pack midway between the half and the quarter Queensland end. It's a New South Wales ball. Kenny gets it out to Gary Jack, who's up in the back line. Bustling run here from Pearce, but he's belted down, one down low, one over the top, and this Queensland defence really committed tonight, as they always are here at Lang Park, and this huge crowd getting behind everything they do. Jarvis now plays it back to Simmons. He gets it on to Sterling. Nice little ball to Cleal from Kenny. They're wrapped up, but they're making some ground. They're going forward now, the Blues. Sterling, the little chip and the kick and the follow. Good ball to Tony Curry, falls on it for Queensland. Belcher. Forwards. Driving tackles here. Oh, that's tough. Dowling running sideways though, and he's easy targets. Here they go now. Queensland through Lewis. Well, plenty of pressure both ways. Ian Maurice, and an even contest so far.
Great stuff, isn't it, Darryl? Great stuff. Good start to this match as Queensland trying to get out of the danger area. And they've done so. They're about 33 metres out from their own line now. Last tackle signal for the Maroons. Langer pass back to Vorton. Gary Jack waiting for it. Electing to allow it to bounce. Finally, it's Eddinghausen who takes it. He's 32 metres out from his own line before he's upended. Now here's Jack. Running cross field, out of one. Still put down. 32 metres out. Simmons dummy half. Across to Davidson. Able to offload too. Up to about 11 metres short of the halfway mark. No score in this State of Origin match. The first one of the year. As Sterling kicks down for Belcher. Now Belcher up to his own quarter before he's put down by O'Connor and Johnston. And Shearer. Still on the Queensland quarter line. 6.5 minutes of this match gone. Canescu from dummy half made about 5 metres too before he's put down. Langer. Pass out to French. New South Wales defence is good. Pearce, the main defender. Here's Lewis. Looking for touch. It's going to be too big. Almost into the grandstand.
Well, New South Wales, they should go from here. Should be a scrum win.
So the scrum from where Lewis kicked it, 32 metres out from the Queensland line, has gone with the feed. And here's Johnson getting a pass out to Eddinghausen, can't handle it. Into touch he goes. A little sloppy play from New South Wales. And so another scrum down, 32 metres out from the Queensland line. This time it's fed by Langer for Queensland. Gone with the feet again as Belcher takes the pass. Quickly upended by Pearce and also Kenny. Langer again at dummy half. Jarring tackle for Peter Jackson. Eskew again getting across to Gilmister. Able to get that one-handed pass away to French. Almost to the halfway mark now, Queensland. Langer again to Lewis. Across the back line it goes with Miles. He's caught by Johnson. That's the halfway mark you see. Dowling. Finally, Gilmister caught right on the halfway mark. Last tackle signal for Queensland. Here's Lewis changing the point of attack. The pass to Belcher, whose kick is downfield. And O'Connor takes it safely for New South Wales. Made about 5 metres before he was upended. No score in this first Winfield State of Origin match. And referee Stone ruling a knock on. Let's have a little look at this. There it was.
Well, he was interfered with. I don't know how that referee must have been looking at the crowd. He just made the adjustment then.
Did they do that, Jack? Did they do that, did they?
Well, it's happening in front of me.
Now, Sterling with the penalty. Finding touch 10 metres short of the halfway mark in New South Wales territory. Simmons takes the tap. And away goes Jarvis. Caught by Canescu and Bella. Dowling as well. Now back to Davidson. Sterling. Oh, bad pass from Sterling. Picked up by Kenny. The crowd urging the referee to rule that the pass went forward. And now the referee has further incurred the wrath of the crowd by giving New South Wales a penalty for Queensland's offside. And there they were. Sterling kicking for touch again. And this time finding touch about 32 metres out from the Queensland line. Simmons takes the tap to Sterling. Across to Kenny. Looking for Eddinghausen coming off the wing. Eddinghausen caught though. 25 metres out from the Queensland line. Oakes to the quarter line. To Sterling. Kenny. To Pearce. Backing up was Eddinghausen. Oh, good defence from Shearer. Putting him down. Kenny from dummy half. Quickly upended. Good defence from Queensland. Now it's with Sterling. Long ball for Gary Jack. Nowhere to go for Jack. Last tackle signal for New South Wales. 32 metres out from the Queensland line. Simmons passes to Sterling. And the kick for touch from Sterling finds it. And so the scrum will go down about 8 metres out from the Queensland line. No score in this first Winfield State of Origin match.
The scrum will pack down about 10 metres out from the Queensland goal line. No score here at Lang Park. 10 struggle as Langer comes away from the base of the scrum, but he's hit hard by Pearce. Lang Park have improved their lighting of the ground since the series last year, particularly that corner well lit now. This is great ground for rugby league. There's no atmosphere anywhere in Australia that can match this ground on a night like this. Right, Queensland with the ball now, trying to drive their way out. They're only 11 metres out from their line. Plenty of pressure on the Maroons at the moment as they run it out, but this defence of New South Wales is holding. And look at that, they're just flicking him down. And here's a half-break from Lewis. Lewis gets it out. Oh, that's gone straight over Curry's head. He couldn't handle it. Had to let it go, and Lewis had a look at him too. There was a glare in Lewis's eyes. See it again, Miles there. The little flick ball came out, and there's the break. Really came out, Lewis. Set it up, threw it over the top, and Curry couldn't handle it. And there's a penalty now to Queensland for feet across for Simmons in the scrum. So that evens it up with the crowd.
Well, he get more serious areas to blow the whistle. In a scrum breach like that, I didn't think it was possible to penalise that.
The first clean break in this match made by the man that just kicked the ball. Wally Lewis off a lovely pass of Gene Miles. This is Dowling now. He goes hard and straight. And look at Davidson coming in. There's some swinging arms, and the two fellas have a bit of a talk too. Teammates on a kangaroo tour. Might have been mates there, but they're interstate rivals right now. Queensland really charging at this attack, and Fatty Vaughton, the Manly player, will play it back to Canescu. On to Lewis. Lewis puts the accelerator down. French tries to back him up, but there's just too much defence in the shape of Crusher Cleal. Also Jarvis underneath as Langer unloads it now. He gets it out to Vaughton. There's a long pass out for Shearer. Shearer now puts the accelerator down too, and he puts the pace on. There's a dive for the ball. It's loose, and Shearer will come up with it. All right, Queensland still on the wrap here now. Referee says 6 to go. Langer getting it out to Dowling. He gets it over to Lewis. There's the pop ball up for Belcher. He gets it out to Jackson, but Jackson backed up, and this is desperation stuff now from New South Wales. They're only 10 metres out, Queensland, with a big chance here. And that's Bella charging at the line, but the defence beats him too. Canescu, listen to the crowd start to chant. Lewis, there's the little chip. Look at Jackson. Jackson, will he get there? No! Oh, so close there for New South Wales as Jackson poured through. Eddinghausen cleaned it up. This is what it's all about, State of Origin. It means pressure with a capital P now as it goes out. There's the little kick from Lewis. The charge through. Eddinghausen had to really come back and just palm it off. Gary Jack now drops out from underneath the post. Oh, not a good kick either because it was taken on the fly from Vaughton. And they're back inside the 22, Queensland again. Miles dancing around, waiting just to settle the play down. They're getting deep. Canescu having a look. Back it goes to Langer. Not a good pass. He had to swivel as he took it, the little man. And isn't there some pressure on him tonight? They say he's the weak link. We'll soon see. Here's Belcher out to Lewis. Lewis with a loose pass this time. And the Maroons are going backwards, and it's picked up by Kenny. He's dropped down by Lewis. Gilmore missed her over the top. And the Blues run it out this time now through Jarvis. Well, plenty of pressure for New South Wales, but they withstood it. Oh, a little ball there from Davidson. Neatly taken too by Folks. And up they come. Wayne Pearce tries to belt his way, and they drop him down that spear tackle too, but Crusher Cleal takes the ball and he makes 4 or 5. They're almost to the halfway line, the Blues, so they're making ground now as Turling puts the kick in. Oh, beautifully taken by Dale Shearer. He just plucked that ball out of the air. There's the pass across the back line. Now they've got a chance as Curry winds up, but he's belted down the defence to the task of New South Wales. Great football, open rugby league at the moment. Belcher up in the back line. He's a good player, this fellow. Give him a yard and he'll take 10. Canescu inside now the Blues half, just a couple of metres. Lewis trying to settle him down as he takes it forward. Canescu looking to the open side, runs. There's Langer. Well, there was no one there. Langer almost with a half bust, but Queensland just walking around behind him at the moment. Lewis, there's that little chip stab kick again. Taken by O'Connor. O'Connor winds up, and he's taken down. With some good defence by Lewis, and there's a little punch and shot. Oh, Lewis didn't like that. O'Connor reacted to the tackle. There's a wrestling match going on, but that's nothing in that. Nothing into that all. Well, the feelings run hot here, Ian.
Yes, boys will be boys. Here it is again. And a bit of a push more than a right jab from O'Connor. But referee Stone is there to find out what it's all about.
Well, it's pretty obvious this line umpire didn't see the replay here, because there's not a doubt that he was the first to object, Lewis.
Once more. There's the tackle from Lewis. The headlock from Lewis. A bit of a massage from Lewis. And the retaliation from O'Connor, but the penalty has gone to Queensland. So Mr. Stone, acting on the advice of his touch judge, has given Queensland the penalty and the first opportunity to put points on the board in this State of Origin match. The talk in Brisbane in the last couple of days has been that Queensland may well regret not taking a recognised goal kicker into this match. Jackson can kick goals, but certainly in comparison to Michael O'Connor for New South Wales, he's a part-timer. This actual kick is well, just inside the quarter and about 11 metres in from touch. And Jackson has all these 30,000 Queenslanders riding this kick with him. Let's watch it. And it's successful. Queensland draw first blood at Lang Park. It's Queensland 2, New South Wales 0. We're back at Lang Park live. 2-0 in favour of Queensland over New South Wales in the State of Origin fixture that has everything. Here's Jarvis, and a one-handed pass from him to Simmons. Across field, and look at this tackle. And Queensland come up with it. There's Canescu is able to pick up the dregs. Oh, this is big defence from Queensland. Here's Lewis. Inside pass for Gilmister. He's able to offload it, still keeping the ball alive, Queensland. Wayne Bennett will be happy with his side at the moment. They lead 2 points to 0. Here's Langer. Trying to step through the defence. No way you can do that. Just outside the New South Wales quarter as Dowling takes the pass from Canescu. Now inside the quarter. The danger zone now for New South Wales as Canescu is a dummy half. Across to Langer, to Lewis, to Jackson. Looking inside for Shearer. Belcher is past the Shearer's a horror. Oh, golden opportunity for Queensland.
Well, Belcher handled it all right. I think Shearer just a little delayed action there to be up with him, and he wasn't. He missed the opportunity.
Oh, they may well regret that, Queensland. New South Wales in possession, 8 metres out from their own line. Here's Gary Jack. Penalty's gone to New South Wales. It's against Lewis and the other Queensland defender. I think it was Borton not allowing New South Wales up. I think I may have done a disservice to Dale Shearer. Saying that he was not in position was Tony Curry, of course. Shearer on the other wing. It's 2 points to 0. Queensland and New South Wales in a thriller.
Certainly is a thriller as New South Wales now try to get back into this match and get up into the blue end of the ground, you could say. Sterling, Kenny, good ball there for Pearce. That was McGaw that took the ball, but he's lost the ball and Langer's come up with it. Well, it wasn't a bad pass. He was entitled to take that, as Curry was entitled to take the two that's been thrown to him. So the nerves handling with the new fellas at Lang Park tonight, and who would blame them? Lewis. Comes through to Miles now. Miles in great form at the moment. Jackson turns it back inside. There's Belcher up in the back line again. Here's the danger man for New South Wales. He's coming to this back line all the time. Every opportunity as Lewis now turns it back inside to French. French tries to unload, spins in the tackle, but thrown down. Simmons, the defender there. Miles again going away from dummy half. Well, he's making a lot of ground from there, Jack.
They're playing the ball pretty quick, so there's a few cheap yards there.
Here's Lewis. There's the little chip. Plenty of time, though, for Ettinghausen to get the ball. Can he run it back into the field of play? Langer's got him. Langer holds him in. Well, good play from little Langer. He chased Ettinghausen right across the face of the goal mouth in the in-goal area and took him down, prevented him from getting back. See it again. There's Ettinghausen coming across. He gets past Dowling. Ettinghausen just can't get out, though. Langer comes at him and takes him ball and all. Good stuff. Gary Jack now to clear from underneath the post. Better looking drop kick that time. That right over the halfway line. So that's a good kick. Shearer winds up. Shearer now. Watch for his step. Oh, throw. Shearer's busted him. Oh, take it down. That's a good run from Shearer. Made plenty of ground. And here they go again through Miles. Miles through one. He's making lots of ground. The big Australian centre playing tonight for Queensland. Canescu back inside the Vorton. Vorton looks to unload, but he can't. Davidson over the top and Sterling underneath, and here's Canescu from dummy half, and they're making a lot of ground, Queensland, from there. Langer now looking to Lewis. Lewis, the link pan, turns it back inside. They've done it all night. Here's Gilmister. He unloads it all. Can't be handled. Dropped down there this time. Cleared again, though. But the referee says no. There's plenty of knock-on, so we'll form a scrum. Oh, played at a fierce pace tonight, Jack Gibson. Okay, all set now. This scrum just 10 metres out. New South Wales to feed, and a pretty critical one too. They're trailing at the moment 2-0. Sterling with the ball at the base of the scrum. Langer comes at him. Well, this little fella's done nothing wrong so far, Jack.
What he has got is quickness. He's got good reaction time. The fact that he was up there to stop Ed getting out of that in-goal area was a big play.
Gary Jack. Laurie Spina, of course, was the man that they thought Queensland would pick, but they went for the Ipswich lad, Langer, and he hasn't let them down so far. His defence has been first class, and his acceleration from the base of the scrum has been excellent so far. Right, New South Wales struggling a bit to get out of the area. There's the 5th tackle now. Gary Jack belts it down the field. Shearer takes it on the first bounce, brings it back. This time the defence meets him, though. Magor and also Kenny. Belcher dummy half. He gets it to Jackson. Jackson with a half break too, but Simmons round the ankles in a copybook tackle. This time they're going the blind side. Shearer again dancing, stepping, trying to unload, but he can't. The Blues hold him, and they're back in New South Wales half a game. Well, Queensland really having the territorial advantage in this match so far, and they're leading at the moment by 2 points. Here's Lewis. Again, Miles flicks it back. Lewis backing up again. He gets it out to French. French now on the spot, but the Blues defence beats him and belts him down just inside by New South Wales territory by 2 or 3 metres. Here's Lewis. Chip kicks through. Angling for the line, taken by Eddinghausen. Eddinghausen winds up and it gets through the first one. Eddinghausen, he's got some pace. The young Cronulla Shark playing his first match for New South Wales tonight. Oh, and there's a loose ball from Gary Jack. Pat Jarvis, well, he couldn't take that ball.
Well, he gave it a little double pump there, and Jarvis took the eye off it. Tough one for him.
Well, it was a hard one to take. He had to sort of bend down to get it and couldn't. It's given Queensland the feed again. Langer to Lewis. And look at the big men running from inside. There's Miles again. Miles out of one. He's busted him. Miles opens him up and gets a pass away back to Lewis. And they're running around each other, these two tonight. There's Belcher now. Belcher inside the 22 again. Well, Miles is the star of this game tonight. He's making ground every time he touches. Langer looking for Lewis. He goes on his own and ducks underneath one, the little fella. He's like a little jockey. Lewis calling. There it goes to Miles again. He steps back inside. He's been doing that all night, and they're letting him do it. He flicks one over the top. So easy. Lewis now on the Gilmister. He gets it on the Fatty Vaughton. Vaughton wrapped up and slammed down by Kenny. Canescu, Lewis, switch of play to French. French, he had support too, but just couldn't get it away. They're turning it back inside. Here's Miles again, the danger man. Oh, there's a chance if they can unload it. Yes, they do. Oh, they're throwing it around here with Langer heading for the line. Langer, will he get there? Gets it in, it's a Queensland try. Yes, Tony Curry's in. No try. Well, Tony Curry, the controversial player tonight, has put 2 down and doesn't score there. The defence got to him. Look at Langer. Langer almost did it himself there as he charged for the line. The defence came across. There was the ball, but no try. Oh, touch and go, though.
They called it forward.
Yeah, forward pass, right on the line. Well, Tony Curry not having the happiest of nights at the moment. He's dropped 2 and, well, almost went in there for Queensland. Ian, lots of pressure on New South Wales at the moment.
Yeah, it was a brave decision from referee Stone too in that situation, but he called it, and New South Wales able to bring the ball outside their own quarter now. 2-0 in favour of Queensland over New South Wales. 12.5 minutes of play remaining in this first half. Sterling's kick is down for Belcher. Sends him back 10 metres outside from his own line before he's able to pick it up. It's to the corner line. Now linking up with Curry. Curry caught by his opposite number, Eddinghausen. Belcher again, this time from dummy half. 32 metres out from the Queensland line. Now he's Dowling. Straight and hard. Now Bella, bumping run from the big fellow, and they'll offload to Canescu. Canescu's passes back for Jackson. Jackson put it down, and Pearce picks it up and is in turn thrown to the ground and dribbled back by Wally Lewis. Listen to that crowd cheering for the Queensland side. Now New South Wales under a ton of pressure from Queensland now. Brian Johnson has it 32 metres out from the New South Wales line. Very strong Queensland defence. Simmons pass blind side, finds Cleal out of one. The pass is out there for O'Connor. O'Connor's kick. It's a race for the ball. Langer and O'Connor. O'Connor's there. O'Connor scores. Michael O'Connor scores for New South Wales. And the New South Wales supporters in the crowd go crazy. Watch it again. The initial bust from Cleal. Nicely taken from O'Connor. Saw the defence, the kick in field. A chase between O'Connor and Langer. O'Connor much too much pace for little Langer. And down he goes, picks it up beautifully and scores a great New South Wales try.
Well, Cleal opened it up, a little shot down the blind side. It's a great take by O'Connor. And he did everything right from there on in, right to the home base.
Great try to O'Connor in New South Wales. With a kick to come, it's New South Wales 4 and Queensland 2. Here is the kick from O'Connor, and it's hit beautifully. Struck lovely right between the post. And New South Wales lead Queensland 6 points to 2. We're back live at Lang Park as New South Wales in their own quarter. Scrappy passing as they try to bring the ball out of the danger area again. Brian Johnson is caught just outside the quarter. Lang Park crowd seems to be stunned by that try from New South Wales because they've been under enormous pressure from this Queensland side. Now Jarvis to Kenny to McGaw. 42 metres out from the New South Wales line. 6-2 New South Wales lead. Sterling's kick is charged down by Jackson and rolls into touch. So the referee will put the scrum down about 40 metres out from the New South Wales line. The crowd seems to be stunned, Darryl, after that try.
Very reminiscent of a try he scored here last year up that same touchline, Ian. A great try from O'Connor. Having trouble with this scrum. Nick Stone gives Sterling the pat. Ball, New South Wales crowd don't agree, but they've got the ball. Gary Jack has burst out of the open. A big chance now for New South Wales as Gary Jack. Oh, and a great run takes play deep inside that 22, and the Blues on the attack now. The ball spinning around. Here's Kenny. Kenny now with everything he's got, but did well there to stay in the field of players. It comes out now. Let's see what the Blues can do. Johnson goes for a charge at the line. Belted down though, and they're only about 10 metres out, 8 minutes out. Out it comes now to Sterling. Sterling looking for the link up, and there's Crusher Cleal bashing and barging his way forward. New South Wales on a roll at the moment. Simmons gets it out to Sterling. Sterling going across looking for the link up. Tried to get McGaw and couldn't, and the ball rolls into touch. Oh, and the crowd react to that. And look at Sterling too. He ran across trying to link up with McGaw then. Eddinghausen not too happy about that. Let's see it again. Here is the pass. Well, rolls into touch. Eddinghausen trying to get it. This scrum packed down. New South Wales to the feet again. Sterling breaks with Pearce. Taking it out to Eddinghausen now. He'll play it back. There's Crusher Cleal has come in for a bit of work, but this defence is reading it pretty well at the moment. But New South Wales very deep. They come out there with Stephen Folkes. Folkes only about 5 metres out. Here's the charge from Davidson, and he's there. Davidson with a huge jump. He couldn't get it down. They rolled him over and he couldn't get it down. And look at Ronnie Willie. We'll wait and see. It is a try. Yes, sir. Well, they got it down. Why don't we see the replay on that one? Because he went in, they rolled him over, but Davidson with a big charge. See it again here now on Nine's Wide World of Sports as they go, and there it is. Bang, the ball went down, and that's when they rolled him back.
Well, Davison makes the try, but if they stopped, even if he hadn't have scored, I still thought he'd been the best player on the paddock up to this play. He certainly worked very hard in defence. And here he comes up. He's done all that tackling, and he comes up with a 4-pointer.
Scoreline at the moment. Queensland trailing New South Wales 10 points to 2. Kick to come, Michael O'Connor. 1 from 1, a great kick before, and this one's an easier attempt. Well, Queensland is shell-shocked at the moment. O'Connor moves in. There it goes. Waved away this time, though. Not a good attempt from Michael O'Connor. So the score remains New South Wales 10, Queensland 2. Wally Lewis bringing it back to the halfway line to restart. Well, this scoreline, 10 points to 2, a pretty handy lead, and Lewis having a bit to say too here to Mick Stone. Little chat going on. Lewis uses every tactic in the book to unsettle the opposition. Well, New South Wales at the moment have been electric, and here it is as Andrew Eddinghausen brings it out deep inside the 22. New South Wales into the ground. Jarvis going for a run. Gary Jack was there to take the ball, but he just couldn't clear it. Simmons from dummy half. Too much defence, a wall of maroon jumpers. Again, they run it from there, and here's the little link play coming up as Davidson again just inside the man, just takes that short pass. And already they've made 25 metres on that switch of play now. Back it goes. Cleal is going to kick with a big high punt there from Noel Cleal, but Gary Belcher back in position. Runs it out, Belcher, but they take him too, and that's good play from New South Wales. They've taken Queensland right back now. They're into the ground. Comes back to Lewis. Will he kick? No, he decides to run it. A welcoming committee too for W. Lewis. And here's Shearer now. Shearer ducks under one. He's gone with a little chip and kick and a follow. The chase is on, but it looks like Eddinghausen will win the race. Yes, he does. The ball is loose. Yes. Oh, no. Well, this game is being played at 100 mile an hour as Ron Willie relaxes again. Holy moly, everything happening at the moment. Watch it again as Shearer makes the bust. Comes down there. There was McGaw coming inside to try and cut him off. Shearer put the toe to the ball. Now the chase was on. Eddinghausen showing plenty of pace as he came through. Oh, and just touched the ball. Then it rolled loose and Shearer claimed the try, but no go.
Oh, gee, there wasn't much in that, was it? He just got it down first. Now we have 3.5 minutes of play remaining in the first half. It's New South Wales 10, leading Queensland 2. And Queensland desperate to get points on the board before the half-time break. And here they are with Lewis now, stepping, turning the pass back inside for Vorton. Running around in circles, linking up now with Belcher. Belcher is caught by Cleal. And also Johnson in there to assist. Situated 42 metres out from the New South Wales line. Penalty's gone to Queensland. I think it was against Davidson. The kick has found touch just outside the New South Wales quarter. Now this is a golden opportunity now for Queensland with half-time in sight. They're inside the corner. What can they do? Here's Bella taking it up hard. Caught by Folkes and Davidson. Only 10 metres out now, Queensland. Gilmister turns it back to Conescu. French standing in the tackle. Finally put down, 9 metres out. Across to Lewis. Long pass to Jackson. Jackson trying to turn it back inside. Can't do so. New South Wales defence too good. That's Miles showing it. The straightening and standing and offloading to Conescu. And off it goes to French. Last tackle signal now for Queensland. Lewis goes back for the bomb, elects to run it, gives it across to Dowling. Dowling for the line! And it's a try! It is a try! Well, the referee took an eternity to make up his mind. But Dowling, the try scorer. Watch this one with us because it was Lewis standing on the blind side. New South Wales waiting for the kick. Elected to run, and the short little pass to Dowling went through 2 defenders and finally grounded the ball, sort of grounded the ball. And Queensland are in for their first try.
It's a good play. Lewis there, he just held it up. He got the job done, Dowling. You don't have to hold it there for 20 minutes. Touched it down.
It's exactly what they wanted, Jack, isn't it, to get back on the board before half-time.
Well, New South Wales went front, but they're not in control. Another 40-plus to go.
So the crowd now breathing a little easier. It's the Queensland supporters here anyway. So Jackson has taken this back to the quarter line and is about, I reckon about 7 metres in from touch. Quite an angle, this one. That's how Jackson sees this. And it's a horror. Oh, it's an awful kick. A kick that Peter Jackson will want to forget.
Gee, that'd be a poor kickoff, let alone a goal shot.
So it remains 10-6, New South Wales over Queensland. Here's that horrible kick again. Oh, no more, please. And there's the half-time siren. The players leave the field for a well-deserved break after 40 minutes of very, very exciting football played at a frantic pace. New South Wales lead Queensland by 10 points to 6. And there it is. 2 tries to 1 for New South Wales, a goal apiece. Penalties 4-3 to Queensland. Scrums 7-3 to New South Wales. That score 10-6 to New South Wales over Queensland. We'll be back with Mike Gibson and Jack Gibson in just a minute.
Welcome back live, the second half here at Lang Park. New South Wales leading Queensland 10 points to 6. Here's your commentator, Darryl Eastlake.
Thank you, Michael. Well, the kickoff just taken. Gary Belcher running it out just outside the 22 for Queensland. Now, let's have a look at this situation of State of Origin. There is the longest winning sequence of 3 matches, and they've both done that, New South Wales and Queensland, as Lewis now drives the ball deep. Back for Gary Jack, and he'll run it back. There's not one team has ever won this series 4 times, so interesting there. Last year, of course, game 1. Oh, and Gary Jack has been hit there and is down. Well, that was a big hit. Referee Stone going over and having a look, and the players, well, Gary Jack's really gone down very, very hard here. Jack Gibson, that was a big hit.
No, he stopped a pretty solid one there. Come over knee, I thought.
Here it is again. And correct, yes. Yeah, just copped the knee of Gilmister. Gary Jack getting the treatment now, and the look on the Queensland faces of the score here is 10 points to 6. New South Wales in front. As I said, game 1 last year, New South Wales 22, Queensland 16. In the same situation. Right, New South Wales play the ball now, and Jarvis goes forward, and he's right on the halfway line. Head-to-head at Lang Park, Queensland have won 7, New South Wales 5. New South Wales won the last 5 at Lang Park. So just an idea of how intense and how close these battles are. Wayne Bennett shows little emotion in a game. Up they go. Here's Peter Sterling with a half break. Sterling with a chance too, as the Blues run under the ball. Stephen Folkes trying to get up very quickly to play it now. Ron Willie sits on the edge as his seat, as everybody else does in the ground. Kenny stabs the ball through, but taken inside by Belcher, and he gets back into the field of play. Gary Belcher played well tonight. Queensland now trying to run it out of that danger zone, and that's a good run too from Tony Curry. Curry didn't handle the ball too well in the first half. A couple of chances went begging. Eskew, the veteran. A dummy half gives it to Martin Bella, and through Bella goes. Look at the size of this man. Legs like tree stumps. Back for Lewis. Lewis now with the ball in the air. Back it goes. Eddinghausen, or it's O'Connor chasing it back. O'Connor inside his in-goal area now. Winds up and runs it back to the fences there. Langer meets him. He gets out of that tackle. But they wrestle him down right in front of the post. And it was that man, Lewis, that did the chasing. He did the kicking and chased it up. And New South Wales will be driven backwards here with some big defence from Lewis. 2 tackles in a row then, the man they call the king. Simmons now tries to get it out. They're only 4 or 5 metres out. A lot of pressure now on the Blues from the opening minute here. Pass back quickly to Sterling. He tried to unload and couldn't. There was no one there. New South Wales are virtually just standing. Now they come onto the ball. And this is Folkes, and that's a better run. He takes it almost to the 22. No-nonsense player, Folkes. Knows one way to go, straight and hard ahead. Back they come, Queensland now. Oh, and some big defence here from New South Wales as they just meet them head on. Curry plays it back to Langer. Out it comes now to French. No, it's Belcher. Belcher plays it back. Horton, the run around with Miles, who was explosive in the first of the 15 minutes of this first half. Brighton down a little later on. He's big and strong. Oh, lost ball there too. That time from Bella. Now a chance for New South Wales as Kenny winds up down the sideline. Nice step inside, but they meet him with French round the bottom. Still they come through Jarvis this time, and they're almost well, about 10 metres out from the 22, so 32 metres out from their line now as New South Wales tore it on with McGaw. McGaw stepping back inside, but Queensland meet him. Gary Jack at the dummy half position. Folks. Sterling. For Kenny, a little dummy from Kenny, still going. Kenny trying to link up, turns the ball back inside, a good pass back inside for Pearce. Pearce handballs it away, gives it a crash to Cleo. Cleo belting his way forward, but they beat him again. Oh, and a close stuff, and they've come up with the ball too. Jackson has the ball for Queensland. Now they've fumbled it. Cleo again, charges at the line. And Cleo appealing there. All sorts of appeals going on, but no, referee Mick Stone says they held him up for the ball. Well, Ian Maurice, some chances when begging, some sloppy play, and Crusher right on the ball.
Got a couple of goes, didn't he? 5 minutes gone in the second half. Langer comes away from the scrum base. New South Wales leading 10 points to 6. Queensland now just 10 metres out from their own line. Belcher will play it. And Dowling barging his way forward, held by Sterling. Up to the quarter line though, and now it's back for Lewis. Lewis shaped the kick, finally gave the pass away to Miles. Overhead pass for Shearer. Shearer one-on-one with O'Connor. He tried to kick it. Shearer went without it. Kick, fresh air. Now it's Miles again, picking it up for Queensland. Tackle count has restarted, signalled by referee Stone. Across it comes to Dowling. A pass to nobody. Sloppy play now from Queensland. French it was who was able to dive on it. Langer, a pass to Vorton, straightening. Trying to keep the ball alive, but a bad pass scooped up by Jackson. Some bad passing from Queensland. Now here's Kinescu. Now Bella. Able to offload nicely to Jackson. Across it comes now across the back line. Finally to Miles. He's held and put down. Queensland 40 metres out from their own line. Langer runs from dummy half. Away from one. Linking up beautifully too with Gilmister. Gilmister caught, ankle tapped, up again. Last tackle signal now for Queensland. The play inside New South Wales territory. Kinescu's passes to Lewis. Kick along the ground, chased by Jack. Will Jack get there first? No, the ball beats him in the touch. Wayne Bennett and Ron Willie, two respective coaches, as Lewis's kick able to fine touch about 15 metres out from the New South Wales line. Sterling will feed for New South Wales. It's gone with the feed. Now it's to Kenny. Jack. Almost through. McGaw at dummy half. Oh, the ball's been knocked out of his hand by Queensland, and New South Wales get the penalty. Ruling that the Queensland player didn't allow the ball to clear the ruck. So Sterling gets the penalty and finds touch about 32 metres out. Here's that incident again. It was Lewis. Now New South Wales via Jarvis. This time it's to Folkes. Queensland defence is good. Across to Pearce. Now New South Wales is at 10 metres inside their own half as Simmons pass finds Davidson. A flick pass inside for Kenny. Back to Simmons, and Simmons is very quickly upended by his opposite number, Kinescu, right on the halfway mark. It's to Sterling. beat the tackle. The pass has gone to ground. Scooped up and knocked back, said the referee. The crowd not happy with that one. The crowd booing at the decision.
There's a little doubt there. They're going to boo all night. They boo Santa Claus, this crowd.
No, it's Queensland in possession, 32 metres out from their own line. To Lewis, to Jackson. Pass up there nicely for Miles. Over the halfway mark. Still going strongly, Miles. And finally caught and put a foot into touch. Just short of the quarter line, but a good strong run from Miles. Set up by Jackson. Here it is again. Is Jackson able to get a good pass up for Miles, who took it with a full head of steam. Got away from Johnson.
Well, Johnson contributed to the yardage Queensland got. He had to get in there.
Now it's with Kenny as New South Wales win that scrum, and Jack backing up. 10-6, New South Wales lead. Davidson played very strongly in his first game for the state. With Jarvis. Blindside is Pearce. Back to Jarvis. Knocked behind him, picked up by Simmons. Had a couple of more metres. 10 metres short of the halfway mark. Across to Sterling. Into Davidson. And then to McGraw and quick hands to Eddinghouse. Oh, a good, strong, heavy tackle. Last tackle signal for New South Wales as Sterling kicks for touch. Waiting for it is Belcher, takes it without any pressure. And Queensland start to move the ball up again as Belcher takes the tackle. It's 10-6, New South Wales lead Queensland.
Queensland now midway between the half and the quarter. They're into the ground at Lang Park. And this crowd come alive every time the Queenslanders touch the ball. They're packed to the rafters here at Lang Park, and what an enthralling battle. 10-6. And this man has been going forward all night, Martin Bella. He's plenty big, plenty tough, and plenty strong. Lewis back inside again to Miles, and Miles is doing so much damage, the ball comes out of his hand, and it's a penalty to Queensland. Listen to him.
Well, that penalty got approved. It's a fair whistle.
You think they like that one, Jack?
Yeah, there's got a little cheer out there somewhere.
Lewis finds the line. As deadly as a black widow spider is Wally Lewis with his kicks. He knows this ground like his own backyard. And through they come, the Queenslanders. And up goes the chant now. The crowd comes alive as Matty Morton straightens up, and he's only 10 metres out and Bella down. Queensland now on the attack. He plays it forward again. Oh, it's a big defence in there for the Blues. Pressure call came in. It's a penalty, Queensland. Oh, listen to him go off here. Wally Lewis having plenty to say at the moment. He's saying, let's have a shot for goal. Now, remember the kicking of Jackson in the first half. It was a shocker, the last attempt. Now, here's the incident. Borton going forward. They come up, slam him down. And, it was in that play with Gary Jack that the penalty was given. Okay, pressure kick here. 10-6, important. Jackson not kicking well. He's only a part-time kicker, remember. Mal Meninga, the regular big Queensland centre, out with a broken arm. I believe the Australian Rugby Wallabies are watching the game tonight in Sydney. Welcome, fellas, and all the best in the World Cup. Big job for you ahead. A big job for Queensland here tonight with New South Wales in front, and it's another horror. Oh, it's a bad one. Oh, and Gary Jack makes the break. He takes it from the end goal area and comes out quickly and takes play almost to the 22, about 4 metres short as Crusher Cleo goes for a run. But he went sideways that time. He was easy pickings. As I said, Alan Jones and the Australian Wallabies in Sydney watching the game on television as we see Wayne Pearce striding down the field here. And let's hope we see that in the end result of the World Cup with Australia. We hopefully take on New Zealand. Anyway, all the best from everybody. It's wide world of sport for the Australian Wallabies. Right, back here at Lang Park now. We've got the Blues in possession. This is Johnston. Johnston from dummy half. It's not a bad run either. He takes play just inside the Queensland half. Out it goes to Sterling. Sterling puts a kick in now. Not a bad-looking kick, and they cut it off. Still rolling around, and it just takes that awful bounce that a rugby league ball will do. Belcher picks it up. Can he get back into the field of play? Just. O'Connor, who has had a strong game tonight, chased him, and here he goes again, chasing across. Shearer now wrestling around, getting out of tackle, spinning, trying to make that extra metre. Dowling gives him a little tap. Well, Jack Gibson, this game has been played at a fierce pace and in a very, very even contest.
Well, that's what the scoreboard said. There's 4 in it. But looking at the Queensland side, I thought that ensues had an excellent game too. His performance today has been as good as I've ever seen him play.
Yes, he's been around a long time, Greg Canescu, but what a good player he's been for Queensland. Gary Jack now comes back, gets through one. Gary Jack tries to link up with O'Connor. Can the paceman go? O'Connor driven down by his opposite number. In Dale Shearer, good duel between these two as Clear links up with Jarvis. Jarvis almost to the 22. He's tackled on the 22. Simmons now at dummy half. The Blues with a chance. Which way will they go? They go the open side. Davidson turns his back to unload but can't do so. Wrapped up ball and all by Gilmister. Out it goes to Sterling. Sterling on to Kenny. Kenny links up outside now. He gets it on to McGaw. McGaw, it goes loose. Eddinghausen dives on. No, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get the ball. Tony Curry will come up with the ball. Langer now, and Queensland in possession. Well, here's Bella again going forward. Bella out of one. Look at him. He's dragging him along with him. Oh, he's big. And had a good game tonight for Queensland, Martin Bella. Canescu, the chant goes up. Queensland, Queensland, Queensland. Play midway between the half and the quarter. Queensland's into the ground. What can they do now? They're going to run it. This is Jackson. Jackson with a loose pass back for Lewis. Lewis gets it on to Gilmister. He is belted down, let me tell you, with some hard stuff. And they've made only about 2 metres. Langer with a little chip and a kick and a follow. He doesn't get the ball. Yes, he does get the ball. Mishandled by Wayne Pearson. You don't see that too often. Back it comes to Paddy Vaughton. He gets it back to Lewis. Lewis turns it back to Dowling inside. They've been doing that all night, Jack. They've been turning the ball back inside with a lot of success.
Well, they've made plenty of good yards on it. I've got a feeling that Dowling looks pretty tired. I think that he's starting to run out of juice.
Well, Queensland have got to pour on the juice. They're trailing in Ian Maurice. It's 10-6 in anyone's game at this stage.
Indeed, here's Vaughton. New South Wales clinging to a 10-6 lead. And this is the first State of Origin series for the year, as Dowling skirts the edge of the ruck. Last tackle signal now for Queensland. Langer at dummy half. Back to Lewis. They're going to run it. The kick from Gilmister this time. A diving take from Peter Sterling and offloading away to Gary Jack. And Jack is able to beat a number of tackles before being caught about 10 metres, well, 32 metres in fact, from his own line.
Can't let that couple of plays there from Peter Sterling, that take and the pass back, that comes from an expert.
Classy stuff, Jack, isn't it? Now, Stephen Folkes, 5 metres short of the halfway mark. Simmons, a blindside pass to Jarvis, who takes play inside Queensland's territory. Sterling, out of Kenny. McGaw, run around with Kenny. Kenny linking up this time with Brian Johnson. Johnson, though, is caught. He's only 35 metres up. Last tackle signal as Jack puts the ball in the air. Belcher waiting for it. Jack following the kick through. Belcher takes it. And Jack takes him. Lewis running from dummy half at about 5 metres. Now Bella. Played very strongly, Bella. Next play to the quarter line. Now Dowling. Certainly looked to be slowing up a little, Jack.
The game has dropped off a little. Something will happen shortly. I think they're looking. Queensland, I feel, are starting to rely more and more on Lewis. What's he going to do?
Well, the kick from Lewis has gone over the dead ball line. There's the replacement forward, Gary Smith, doing some stretching exercises.
Gary Smith, a player with a big reputation up here, Ian. They've been putting big raps on him and hoping he would get a run tonight.
Essentially a defensive player, I'm told. And a fellow who hits very, very hard. Now, New South Wales. Oh, bad pass from Jarvis, looking to link up with Pearce, I think it was Pearce, and they knocked it on and made an awful mess of it. So did Canescu.
Well, I think that's the play they call look out. They give the ball to it forward and everyone sings out look out because he got stopped and the ball went astray.
Sterling working the scrum for New South Wales. Again, it's gone with the feed. Brought at the scrum base by Gilmister. Folks, offside the Queensland defence up inside the 5 metres. Referee Stone, no hesitation in awarding that penalty. Well, Sterling takes the kick. And finds touch 10 metres short of the halfway mark. Here is Davidson. Simmons a dummy half. This time to Jarvis, and again Jarvis takes it over the halfway mark. 10-6, New South Wales lead. Sterling blindside with Jack. O'Connor. Gary Jack's a player who's always shines in these big games.
Well, his bloodlines are true. He's as tough as they come, Jack.
And a nice kick too. Roll over and over and bringing up the touch judge's flag, only 5 metres out from the Queensland line. Fine kick from Sterling.
See, the pace of this game has had to take away the action a little bit.
Fed by Langer. Now it's with Lewis. 12 metres out from the Queensland line. 10-6. Almost on the corner now, Miles, as he plays it back to Vaughton. Vaughton runs into some trouble with folks.
At the moment, they haven't got a back line. Queensland, they're just taking it one out and ready for the kick.
Now Lewis's kick is down for Gary Jack. And he's on his own quarter. It's 10-6, Darryl.
Young Eddinghausen brings it back, and he's got some pace. Eddinghausen too, as he busts it off the middle and brings it back over the halfway line. Oh, he's got some acceleration, and Jack, you'd know all about that.
Well, you can't give him much space. He's really quick, and they say he can turn the light out and get in bed before it gets dark.
Oh, he's one of the great images of the game too. Great style of a boy, and by geez, he's got some pace. I'd like to remind you that there's 4 State of Origin games this year, one in Long Beach, California. That's at the Veterans Stadium. The first time a big-time rugby league match will be played in the US of A, and you'll see it on the 9 Network on August the 7th. Our telecast, and looking forward to bringing you that one. Okay, back now, New South Wales. The score, I remind you, is 10-6. The Blues way the chip over the top. Belcher having plenty of work to do tonight. Cleans it up well, though. He's as safe as a bank, this fellow. At fullback, he's a very, very good player. Understudy to Gary Jack for the Australian side. And there's not much between them. Queensland again pinned down tight as Gene Miles tries to run it out. He's been in great form in the Brisbane competition, but of course the defence isn't as tough in that particular competition that it is here tonight. Give him some room and the big man can fly. Canescu plays it back to Langer. Langer's been a surprise tonight. He certainly hasn't let him down. That was a good pass though, as Bella goes forward. And we'll have a scrum. And the game falling away a little bit, but they'll come back. 2 great champion sides, and what a contest this has been. This series, 4 matches, I remind you. And that big one in the United States of America at Long Beach in California. Okay, now here's Kenny. Kenny trying to unwind. He gets out of one spinning. He's a clever player, Kenny. Always on the move. He's got a wonderful brain. Thinking all the time. Comes out to Pearce. Pearce goes straight and forward. Gary Jack up now. The dummy half, but Simmons says no, give it to me. Goes to Sterling. Sterling onto McGaw. McGaw taking a lovely tackle from Langer. Jackson there to help too. Cleal will go from dummy half. Only makes a metre though and gets belted back. So both sides sort of going nowhere. There's Bennett, Mr. Emotion, as I call him. He shows no emotion. And here they are with a chance now. New South Wales starting to stretch out, and Kenny slips a lovely ball over, and that's a try. Thank you very much to O'Connor. Number 2 for Michael O'Connor, the Manly star that's got it all. Oh, has he got some skills, this fellow. Scored a sensational try in the first half, and has just gone in again. See it again as the ball comes roaring across the line here now. And mark this down to Kenny. Kenny, look at him across. Now he sees a little gap. How does he get the ball away? And O'Connor with a juggle slams it down for try number 2.
Without doubt, this is Kenny's try. He held it up and held it up till he got those 3 or 4 defensive players all decided to go for him. And when they come in, that's when he released it.
Well, New South Wales getting the break. There he is, the man they call Mr. Football, Brett Kenny, will take a break with a score at 14-6. New South Wales in front. Enjoy the kick of Michael O'Connor. Look at that, a beauty right between the posts, and that took the score 16-6. And Gary Jack now brings the ball back for New South Wales, back live at Lang Park. Nice to have you with us on Nine's Wide World of Sports, State of Origin football. The best football in the world as they bring it out through Mark Magore. The young Cronulla player having his first game tonight for New South Wales. Out it comes to Jarvis, who is very wide out here at the moment. But he's played strong tonight, Jarvis. And let me tell you, the natives are getting restless here as Queensland are trailing now 16-6. Beer cans being thrown onto the field, and this is absolutely stupid. But this is what happens here. They start losing, they start throwing. Let's hope they can keep them away from the players as Sterling now puts the kick through. Gary Belcher back in position again. He takes it. Gary Smith is now on for Queensland in number 15. We'll pick him up in a moment. Ball goes away. Jackson up the centre. Can he leak up? Yes, he does. And it'll be Shearer. Shearer heading right under the post. And that's a great comeback try for Queensland. And Peter Jackson, oh, he made the break, he busted him up the middle, and Shearer finished it off. And that's a great comeback from Queensland, a beauty. The crowd's gone absolutely mad here. Look at Jackson. He took the ball off Lewis. He strode down the field. He had all the time in the world as Shearer came through, put it in a second gear, then got it into overdrive and right down between the posts. And Queensland come back.
It's certainly great play by Jackson. He went straight up centre field, and he was waiting for somebody, and who should be tailing him? Probably the fastest player on the field.
Well, 16 points to 10 with a kick to come. Anything can happen. We'll be back in just a moment at Lang Park.
Yes, and this is Gary Belcher taking the conversion attempt for Queensland and making no mistake. And it's 4 points in it again, with New South Wales 16 over Queensland 12. So Jackson been sacked as a goal kicker. And now we're back live as Shearer, try scorer, is caught. Now the change in the Queensland side. Number 15, Gary Smith, is on. That's him with the ball now, and he's on to replace Greg Dowling. Gilmister. Queensland now running across field. Here's Miles. There's Dowling with the ice on the shoulder. Smith almost to the halfway mark. 16-12 is the score. Lewis picked up by Eddinghausen. Caught by Langer. Done nothing wrong with Langer, Jack.
He's played pretty good. I think New South Wales should take Clearlawton and put David Boyle on. They're 4 in front, and he's probably one of the best defensive players we've got down in Sydney. Why the hell they don't give him some action? If you have fresh body.
Comments from Jack Gibson. As Simmons gives it to Jarvis. And look at the enthusiasm. The revitalised Queensland side now. Here's Sterling. Downfield for Belcher. And Belcher is met by the New South Wales defence. Kenny and Magore. Oh, that's a solid tackle. That's Wayne Pearce. Now switch of play from Lewis with Miles. Miles stands, gets it across to Borton. Borton saw the gap, went through it. And now Queensland, full of running. 40 metres out. Here's Lewis. A pass inside for Gilmister. Gilmister takes it, gets the pass away. And Queensland full of running again now. 16-12, New South Wales lead. But here comes Queensland. Here's Lewis. On to Jackson. It came off Gary Jack's foot. Picked up by Jack. That's the way the referee saw it too. And Jack is injured. The crowd not happy with that. But Gary Jack, as he took the tackle, see the hit his head. He hurt his head earlier with when he hit his head accidentally on Gilmister's knee. And here it is again. That time, well, it may have just been a knock when his head hit the ground, perhaps. Wayne Pearce, whose defence has been astounding. And this man here, Davidson, playing in his first game for New South Wales, has had a very strong match. Now, another change as New South Wales bring on a replacement. And indeed, you were right, Jack. It's Boyle coming on. But it's Jarvis who's going off. So David Boyle.
Well, apparently he's wounded. He's got a few distress. Looks a little distressed in the leg somewhere.
So Boyle on for Jarvis in the New South Wales side. Now time is signal back on as Jack plays it. Here's Cleal. 16-12, New South Wales lead. Here's Boyle, his first touch of the football in State of Origin. Simmons passes to Davidson. And with just under 9 minutes to play, this is anybody's football game, Darryl.
It sure is. Queensland fighting back, and so are the Blues, let me tell you. This last 10 minutes is going to be something else. This is what it's all about. It's why the hall is packed today. Lang Park to the rafters and no one's leaving. A cliffhanger here. Belcher now runs it out again. Good step too. He's trying to run away from the defence, but he can't. They come and get him. He even crawls a couple of metres. Back for Lewis. Dancing. Shearer. And they've made it onto the 22. There's Pat Jarvis. He's played well tonight. He's done a lot of heavy work. In close, some good defensive work. And Boyle gets his chance.
Hasler would be ideal to bring on now. They should take Cleal off and bring Hasler, put him into the lock and move Wayne Pearce up.
Comments from Jack Gibson, the master coach, the man, well, has done so much in rugby league in this country, as Gary Jack is brought down right in front of the post inside the 22. Well, this game is going from one end of the pitch to the other at a rapid rate. And New South Wales looking tired too now, Jack.
Well, they're both tired. But the point is, we've got a fresh player sitting out the best. He's not tired. We want to activate him. We've got to activate a fresh body. He's an ideal person to bring on Hasler. He can score a 5-yard try or stop one.
There's Boyle. Boyle with the ball, plays it back to Simmons. He gets it on to Sterling, then on to Kenny. Kenny underneath another tackle. He's played well tonight, Kenny. Well, he's fast, and there's Hasler. That's the man Jack Gibson says should be on now. Sterling kicks through. Again taken by Belcher. He's taken by the Blues. And play 32 metres out from the Queensland line. Langer on to Vorton. Vorton now linking up with Shearer. Shearer riding him cowboy style into the ground. And that's a penalty to Queensland and Ian Maurice. Don't they just love those penalties?
Yep, they sure do. 4 points in it. 16-12, and we have just 6.5 minutes of play remaining. What do you tip, Jack?
I tip the leaders. I'd tip them twice if they bring on Hasler.
This fella's tried hard all night, Martin Bella. That's across with Smith. Pearce coming across the top. Puts him to ground. Lewis. No support. Canescu from dummy half. Turning it back inside for Langer. Queensland just outside the New South Wales quarter. Vorton. Miles. One-handed pass to Gilmester. Back to Vorton. Back to Bella. They lost about 10 metres in that play. The penalty's gone to Queensland. Interested to see what happened there.
Well, they certainly got the last couple of penalties have been sweetheart penalties. I mean, in the heat of the battle.
Well, Boyle taking the ball off him and penalised for doing it. Here come Queensland now. Lewis gets a pass out. He's in! He's in! Tony Curry in for Queensland! Oh, how quick that was! Well, he's had a pretty ordinary game up to date, but Curry taking that pass from Lewis, able to score right in the corner. Here it is again. Watch it with us. It was Lewis popping the pass up, but Tony Curry diving and scoring right in the corner.
Well, they left the blind side skinny, and everyone's waiting for Lewis to do something, and he obliges.
So we're all tied up. 16 all. Now the problem for Queensland, of course, as we said from the outset of this match, they don't have a recognised goal kicker. They tried Peter Jackson, who just kept missing the point all night.
Well, this is what you call a very tough kick. If it goes over, it'll get some recognition between this 30,000 people here.
So Gary Belcher, who's taken over the goal kicking duties from Jackson, hits it. It's wide. Wow. 3.5 minutes remaining and 16 all. He couldn't have written a better script than this, Jack.
Well, it's 3.5 minutes. Somebody's got to do something.
So sort the men from the boys now. Now it's down for Belcher. Oh, and Bunjara. What a good tackle. Who was it? Wayne Pearce, of course. Miles. Lost the ball, Miles. The Blues have it. Here's Kenny. Kenny over the corner. Now, what can the Blues do? It's with Sterling. It's with Folkes. Folkes just inside the Queensland quarter. Boyle.
Field goal time.
There's the clock. There's the field goal attempt from Sterling. Missed. He's missed it. Well, he seemed to be a little off balance. Queensland defence knew it was on.
And they were a little offside too.
So Queensland have the football again. 2 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. 16 points all in this first State of Origin match at Lang Park as Martin Bella has it 32 metres out from his own line. Here's Vorton, caught by Simmons. Ron Willie, nail-biting time for him as well. It's back for Lewis. Out of Sterling's tackle. Trying to link up with Curry. His kick knocked back by Kenny. So the Blues have it again on the halfway mark. Gary Jack. Just inside Queensland territory. Cleal from dummy half. Made about 5 or 6 metres. There's the top clock ticking down. 1:28. Davidson. Got to work themselves into a drop kick situation here.
Well, they've been sitting offside, the Queenslanders, but there's no way. I don't think he's given a chance to kick a goal at this stage.
Ettinghausen getting it over the goal. Inside pass for Ettinghausen's gone astray. Over the Queensland line and over the dead ball line. Well, what's he going to rule here? He's going to rule a try. Oh, they'll talk about this. They'll be talking about this for ages. Through the smoke, you can see the Queensland players disgusted. The try awarded to Mark McGaw, but I'll be vitally interested in looking at this. Here it is again. That's Ettinghausen, a pass that may have been forward. McGaw turning the ball back inside, knocked down by Queensland. Kicked ahead, I think. Now watch the ball here. Well, that was McGaw getting his hand to it, I think. This will be a controversial decision and a brave decision by referee Stone. Full-time hooter is sounded. Well, this match has ended in dramatic circumstances. We'll watch O'Connor's kick and then we'll have another look at that try. Oh, drama-charged match. O'Connor's kick hits the upright. So New South Wales win by 20 points to 16, but I'd dearly love to have another look at that try. Here it is again. Now McGaw is number 3, striving to get to the ball, being pushed out of the way, in fact, by the Queensland player. Well, I think he got there.
Well, it was pretty close to a penalty try because Jackson really harassed that runner for the 5 or 6, 7, and for the full 10 yards. He took hold of him, and it was a tough decision, but he made it.
Well, there we are. What a drama ending to this match. We have Darryl Eastlake in the dressing rooms. Darryl, take it.
Michael, come on, grab you for a minute. All right. Well, Michael, a wonderful performance again, almost a duplicate try of last year in the first half, and of course that second big one, and some great kicking.
That's right. It worked well. The plan was to run the ball wide. We didn't get the opportunity in the first half. To Queensland credit, they played very well and seemed to dominate the possession in the first half. Second half, we had a little bit more our way. But in the tradition of the last couple of years, it was a close game, and full credit to Queensland.
Well played.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see who else we can grab here. We've got Andrew Ettinghausen. Andrew Ettinghausen. Can we just have you over here, Andrew? Well, your first game for New South Wales. How tough was it?
Oh, mate, it's the hardest game we've ever played, that one. Whew. Right to the death.
We talked about that crowd. Do they psych you out?
Yeah, God, that's why you hear a big buzz out there. You know, it's just non-stop, right to the finish.
The toughest game you've ever played.
Definitely is.
Well played.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, so there it is. A great game. We'll be back very shortly with the man of the match.
And welcome back to Lang Park, where New South Wales have just won an unforgettable game of rugby league football in the dying minute, literally, against Queensland. The final score 20 points to 16. Michael O'Connor 2 tries. Les Davidson scored 1. Mark McGaw scored that try in the last minute to wrap up the game for New South Wales. For Queensland, Greg Dowling, Dale Shearer and Tony Curry all scored tries.
Well, thank you, Michael. What a torrid affair. Just won in the last couple of minutes. I guess that's the spirit of what State of Origin football is. And let me tell you, one man who really wore that blue jumper with a lot of pride tonight for the first time, Les Davidson, the South Sydney prop. What a fantastic game you had.
Thanks a lot, Darryl. Just pulling on the blue jumper, I think, got me all fired up, and the boys that were there in previous years have told me what to expect, and you know, I went out there with a lot of things to do, and I tried to do my best.
Is it as tough and as hard and as noisy as you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, very much so. I never played in games such as that before, and the crowd down here is, you just flat out hearing yourself yelling and screaming.
What's the hardest part about playing State of Origin football? I mean, you got a break today, they came back, you've come back. I mean, what drives you in these sort of games?
I think playing for your state and just playing for his state, I think, mate. Yeah, drives it.
What about talking to each other on the field? It must be very hard.
Well, you're yelling and screaming at each other, and most of the time you can't hear it. We found it hard for Royce Simmons to hear the call, so you know, that's the hardest part about it, I think.
Well, 2 champion sides, not much in it, but you've got first money, and of course there's 4 games this year, 1 in the United States, so it's a great year and a great series.
Yeah, that's great. That's great if I can play in the next 3 and get on to the one to the LA.
All right, mate, well, on behalf of the Winfield Company, there's a cheque for $1,000. We'd like you to have that. Congratulations on a wonderful performance, and it was a clean-cut vote. You won it by everybody.
Thanks, Darryl, and thanks to Winfield. That's great. Thanks a lot.
There he is, one of the toughest, the meanest boys in the game. He played his first game for New South Wales tonight, Michael, and it's one he won't forget in a while.
Yeah, well done, Les. Now let's go to Wally Lewis and that great little try, the Queensland halfback, Alan Langer.
Well, thank you, Michael. It would be remiss of us if we didn't bring some Queenslanders to the microphone after a fantastic game of rugby league, one of the best we've seen in a lot of years. And, Wally, that game tonight really does epitomise what it's all about, didn't it?
Yeah, mate, I'm especially glad it was played in a great spirit, and all the people that said certain books were going to get in the way of it and everything like that, I think they've been a little bit surprised. And if there's a better game of rugby league this year, well, I'll be very glad to watch that game.
Obviously, you're disappointed by not winning, but you got so close, and these contests are so even. It's just a bounce of a ball, a loose pass.
It's nice to do well, mate, but when you get beaten in a match like that, you'd probably prefer to get beaten by 30 points. But, you know, they're a hard game of football, played by 2 great sides and played by champions and up-and-coming champions. And if they, you know, need any more, anything more to look at in the game of football than what was out there tonight, well, we can't offer them too much more.
Little bloke on your left has had a lot of pressure on him this week. Alan Langer, the halfback from Ipswich. People were saying he was the weak link, but by he didn't let you down.
No, he certainly did, mate. You have a look at the size of the bloke. You can carry him out there in my pocket. He's about 10 stone, and 9 stone 10 of that would be made up out of heart. And I think everybody that watched the game will feel very proud of this little bloke. And I know Tommy Radonicus especially will probably be sitting up in the grandstand with tears in his eyes.
Well, Alan, what's it like now? The one's down and you feel a lot better, or you look a lot better?
It's good it's over, mate, but we could be happier.
Was it harder than you thought it was going to be?
Oh, not real much harder, but, you know, I just got in there and done a bit of work, and then it come as it comes, so...
All right, well, the pressure was on you all week, but now that's all off and you can play football.
Yeah, back to the Jets this week by the sound of it.
Well, there they are, Michael, 2 champions out of a champion side, a wonderful night's rugby league, and of course we've got 3 more matches to go.